what the gym looked like when you were here? I saw Hannah's picture of the video you guys put together. That's the live picture.
The doctor said she's got a blood clot. So maybe next year. This would have been a good year to go. Yeah, that was really good.
University. Chosen by head coach Henry. At guard from San Francisco, number 1, Marcellus Edwards. Guard from Long Beach, number 2, Makari Morris. Guard from Colorado, number 11, Brandon Homer. Forward from San Jose, number 23, Nick Kirk. And at middleweight from Seal Beach, 6'7", number 33, Caleb Mitchell. And now, let's see, it's time to meet the starters for our Biola Eagles. Earning the point from San Lorenzo, number 2, Cameron Brown. The other guard from Escondido, number 3, Charlie Gaylor. At guard from Fontana, number 4, Chris Harris. 6'8" at forward from Fresno, number 8, Tyus Harris Tillman. And from Argentina, at guard number 20, Facundo Ronda. Head coach of our Eagles in season 26, Dr. Dave Holmquist.
Two Southern California teams, two storied programs. And a rivalry in the making. The Concordia University Irvine Golden Eagles are here inside J. Richard Chase Gymnasium to take on your Biola Eagles. Good evening and welcome to Eagles Broadcast. In partnership with the Pac West Network, I'm Aaron Rollins. Let's begin with the West Coast Sand and Gravel pregame report. Starting with the Eagles, as Caden Minter and Tyus Parrish Tillman will set this pregame report, maybe throughout the game, game report. And CUI will win the tip. Biola is back home after a quick trip over to Costa Mesa as they played Vanguard. They sit in even 500 overall, 13-13, and 9-11 in conference. Parrish Tillman already quick to work, and that pass back out is deflected, corner pocket. Shot is taken after the mid-range. That's Marcellus Edwards, and that shot is too strong. Here's Facundo Aranda to Tyus Parrish Tillman, over to Cameron Brown. Chris Harris back on the floor for Biola. And Charlie Gaylor. Here's Cameron Brown. Gets his defender up in the air, and Cameron Brown gets us started. Radek Homer is on the defensive assignment there. Here is Homer on the floor with Marcellus Edwards, Makari Morris, Caden Minter, and Nick Corbett. Minter up, no. Harris secures the rebound. Gaylor off his back foot, maybe slipped, puts the shot up anyway. Concordia has it. So the Eagles overall look to Tyus Parrish Tillman and Cameron Brown. They've led the Eagles all year long, both in the top 10 in scoring. Pass inside to Corbett and then stolen by Cameron Brown. Chris Harris back on the floor after a short absence. Harris blows by, kicks it. Harris too strong. That was Cameron Brown who on the flyby kicked it out to Chris Harris. And that will be a travel against Makari Morris. So Charlie Gaylor and Facundo Aranda stepped up big time in his absence. They brought the tempo to the floor, and that one's going to be poked and off the leg of Marcellus Edwards, and it'll be Biola basketball. Now for CUI, the Golden Eagles arrive in La Mirada searching for a spot in the conference playoff. They sit 14-12 overall and 11-9 in conference. Makari Morris and Caden Minter have been the main source of offense for CUI. Marcellus Edwards has been the primary big man, but He's only 6'3". They are coached by Ken Ammon. Here's Paris Tillman, guarded by Corbett. Cameron Brown. Brown will create the contact. Shot is short. And Homer will secure the rebound. That pass completely stolen by Brown. Easy money. Aranda drives quickly up under with the right. Yes. Facundo Aranda makes it a 4-0 start for Biola in almost 3 minutes of gameplay. Paris Tillman up against Corbett. Corbett, better offense. And Concordia finally on the board. Here's Aranda. Harris. Harris drives, goes up. No shot.
Fouls on the floor and charge to Concordia. Number 1, Marcellus Edwards.
And a sub will be Jackson Tucker in for Raddick Homer. Hey, if you want to send in a shout out, feel free to do so. EaglesBroadcast@gmail.com. Love to hear from you. EaglesBroadcast@gmail.com. Here's Gaylor. Gaylor will drive on Minter. Gives it to Paris Tillman. Paris Tillman, 8 on the shot clock. Tyus Paris Tillman pulls up from 3, short. And Corbett will secure the rebound. Midi is no good. Aranda to Brown. Cameron Brown guarded by Tucker. Jackson Tucker with a good contest, and that'll be one too many steps. And the travel call on the floor. First media timeout, 15:57. Only 6 points scored in total. Take a short break and be right back. Partnership. Since the company shares the same vision and faith-based values as Biola University, the company has been in business since 1968, and they serve California and Phoenix with their import and export, environmental waste tolerance, sports field products, and other construction needs. Thank you, West Coast Sand and Gravel, for your support. Biola men's basketball and all of Biola Athletics. Corbett. All the way around to Tucker. Jackson Tucker drives on Facundo Aranda. Tucker gets it blocked by Facundo Aranda. And off to the races goes Aranda to Brown. Brown with the slam! In transition. Defense to offense for Biola. Morris kicks to the corner. Good closeout. Corbett all the way over. Morris once more. Morris, 5 on the shot clock. Morris will dribble against Gaylor. Kick it. Tucker, 1 on the shot clock. Can't get it off in time. Shot clock violation. Beautiful defense by Biola. And Garrison Sherman will check in.
Garrison Sherman for TPT.
Here's Arunda. Fireworks already, 5 minutes gone by. Gaylor to Brown. Brown wants the midi, gets it to Garrison Sherman. Sherman, little sidestep. Short. Here's Morris, guarded by Gaylor. Corbett sets the high screen. Here's Minter. Pressure on the floor. It's Kevin Haupt. Haupt wants the three, short. Gaylor secures the board. They dribble it up. Pass Eddie the Eagle. Gaylor, guarded by Morris. Comes off the flare screen. Sherman will drive. Sherman picks up his dribble. Brown, 10 on the shot clock. Gaylor, corner three, short. And Corbett will secure the rebound. Corbett with the only point so far as Morris will make me take back my words. Beautiful mid-range jumper. Here's Arunda. Clear path to the basket. Leads back to 4. There's Morris. Haupt. Into Minter. Minter guarded by Harris. Haupt has it at the three-point line. Minter pulls up from 3. Yes. First three-pointer of the game is good. From Caden Minter. Here's Gaylor, guarded by Minter. Gaylor kicks to the corner. Brown fouled by Jackson Tucker. And substitutions for everybody. Lots of subs. Leighton Martin, Ikeen Richardson, and Tyus Parrish-Tillman back on the floor for Biola. Trying to get those Concordia subs to you here shortly. Logan Cremonesi subs in, along with Ben Kriskowiak. And Marcellus Edwards back on the floor. Parrish-Tillman has it up top. Gets it to Sherman. Sherman on the baseline. And we carry. 1-point game. Only 15 points combined in the first almost 8 minutes of play. Just under 7.5. Homer loses it on the way up. And Parrish-Tillman will get the board. Parrish-Tillman wants a 3, and he gets it. String music for Tyus Parrish-Tillman. Ikeen Richardson, good defense on Marcellus Edwards. Edwards wants the 3, short, and Leighton Martin will secure the rebound. I tell you what, Leighton Martin has been a gem for Biola off the bench. Cameron Brown goes in, gets bodied, and fouled on the way up. So 2 free throws coming for Cameron Brown after the media timeout. We'll take a short break and be right back.
At Genesee Nutrition, it's our mission to support athletes like you with clean, powerful nutrition.
As a collegiate athlete myself, I know what it takes to perform at your best. That's why we created a protein bar that doesn't only taste good, it's actually good for you too.
Packed with 20 grams of protein, our bars help you recover faster, build muscle, and stay strong. Just what every student athlete needs. Grab a bar and live your life. Healthy, active, happy.
Chick-fil-A La Mirada is a proud sponsor of Biola Athletics. If you're hungry or looking for a treat after the game, head over by the I-5 and Firestone Boulevard to Chick-fil-A La Mirada. We're serving you as always. Our pleasure. Cameron Brown will shoot 2 at the line. 11-7. Flows off the tongue. Makes the first free throw. Both free throws are good. Morris to Edwards. Morris all the way over. Kraskowiak swings it. Morris, corner once more. Marcellus Edwards for 3. Too strong. And a great rebound. That's Cremonesi. Step back. Morris, step back again. Too strong. And Cameron Brown gets high, and here's the rebound. Minter tries at it. Paris Tillman will be fouled on his way up. It'll be a blocking foul against Logan Cremonesi. So, 2 free throws for Paris Tillman. 11:01 on the clock. First free throw is good. Riley Gaylor will check in for Cameron Brown. Second free throw hits the side of the rim. Morris drives, kicks, corner. Too strong. That's Kraskowiak. Paris Tillman, top of the key. Paris Tillman, Ikeen Richardson. Garrison Sherman. Sherman drives. Sherman kicks. Gaylor 3. Yahtzee! Charlie Gaylor for 3. It's a 10-point lead for Biola. Marcellus Edwards. Shuffles the cards to Morris. Morris falls over, keeps the dribble. Wow. 3-pointer from Minter is good. Hand in the face by Sherman. Wow. Here's Martin. Sherman. Paris Tillman. Martin backdoor cut. Up, under with the left. No. Ikeen Richardson with the rebound. And he gets it. Richardson with a good board. Here's Edwards. Minter way downtown. Short. Kremakowski. I got it. Kraskowiak and Cremonesi. Last names mixed up. My apologies. Either way, CUI with the ball. And Chris Harris on the floor for Biola, and now Jackson Tucker will check in for Concordia. Corbett back on the floor. Minter. Midi, yes. Caden Minter finishing on the good contest from Chris Harris. I imagine Harris on some minutes restriction maybe. Harris up and under, no. And it's Homer with the rebound. Edwards. Minter for three, short. Ball knocked around and finds the hands of Parrish Tillman. Here's Martin driving on Homer. Martin will get it inside to Richardson. Richardson driving on Ellis. Richardson fouled on the floor. Two hands low. Gritty game thus far. Facundo Aranda back on the floor along with Cameron Brown and .19-12, Eagles have the lead. Long pass into the crowd. Homer will inbound it. And Facundo Aranda just steals it. Gaylor will drive. Gaylor will go up. And Eagles can't pay it off. Here's Haupt. Corbett. Tucker. Guarded by Brown, and Cameron Brown will
Eagles foul number 2. Cameron Brown is
foul
second.
Jackson Tucker. Here's Homer. Homer will drive on Parrish Tillman. Are you trying going through his legs? Not sure. Corbett will drive. Corbett up and get it. Parrish Tillman trying to provide quality contests, and Corbett able to finish through the contact. Here's Parrish Tillman. We'll get it from Aranda. Aranda will drive. Gaylor on Minter. Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Parrish Tillman, midi, too strong. Eagles haven't scored in over a minute and a half. Tucker sets his feet for a three, decides to pass it off. Here's Homer. Haupt. Corbett inside. Haupt. Sidesteps, Minter, pump fake. Minter hands it off to Jackson Tucker. Tucker will go up, be fouled and one. And we'll take a timeout. And one opportunity coming up for Concordia. 19-16, 7:14 left here in the first half. Genesee Nutrition is a proud partner of Biola Athletics. They're a family-owned Colorado-based company on a mission to redefine what a protein bar can be. They believe in making every bite count, crafting bars that are not only healthy but also delicious. Genesee Nutrition, the official protein snack provider of Biola Athletics. Jackson Tucker unable to complete the three-point play. And Parrish Tillman with yet another rebound. That's his fourth. Arunda. Great defense by Haupt. Here's Parrish Tillman, guarded by Crossbit. Arunda up, under, no. Morris secures the rebound. Minter will drive. Gets it poked away, but regains his dribble. Gets it poked away once more, still regains his dribble. Minter kicks to the corner. Haupt, three, yes! We're all tied at 19. 6:20 on the clock. Here's Gaylor. Up top to Parrish Tillman. Here's Cameron Brown. Eagles got to find something offensively. Brown to Harris. Harris to Gaylor. Gaylor for three, short. Minter will secure the rebound. Here's Morris. Corner. Tucker. Morris sets his feet for three, too strong. And Arunda will secure the rebound. Arunda guarded by Haupt. Arunda will go up with the left and get it to go. Here's Morris. Kicks it. Corbett, Minter. Minter will drive. Kick it back out. Haupt. Crossbit inside. Excuse me, that's Corbett. Haupt, three, yes! Back-to-back threes. Here's Brown. 22-21. Brown, midi. Off the glass, gets the roll. Here's Morris. Morris will drive. Kick it. Tucker. Corbett wants it inside. Corbett gets it inside. Gets it up and off the glass and good. Parrish Tillman not completely sure what to do. Here's Arunda. To Parrish Tillman. To Harris. Harris wants to get involved. Here comes Chris Harris. Blocked by Caden Minter. All the way ahead for Tucker. Tucker up and got it. 3-point lead for Concordia, 26-23. Just over 4 minutes left. Here's Brown. Brown inside to Parrish Tillman. Slip screen works like a charm. Morris will drive. Wants it, kicks it, foul on the floor. The three-pointer would have been good, but instead it's a foul. And we will take a break. Eagles down by one, 26-25, 3:54 left. Hey, if you want to send in a shout out, feel free to do so. eaglesbroadcast@gmail.com. Want to hear from you. We got one. This one from Robert Cremonesi. He said, hi, we wanted to send a shout out to our son Logan Cremonesi on Concordia's team. We're watching long distance from South Carolina. Hope both teams have a great, safe game. Wow, love those shout outs. I think that's the beauty of this game called basketball. It brings everyone together, even in a matchup that has so much on the line for both these teams and what might be a budding rivalry just down Interstate 5. So 3:54 left. Eagles both Eagles, Golden Eagles and Biola Eagles, have been shooting the ball very well these last couple attempts. Garrison Sherman is now on the floor for Biola. Kraskowiak on the floor for Concordia.
And for our Eagles, Garrison Sherman.
Kraskowiak. Morris. Cremonesi sets the screen. Haupt. Minter poked out of bounds. It'll stay with Concordia. 13 on the shot clock. Kraskowiak. Haupt. Haupt has it up top. Won't settle for the three. Instead, runs into a brick wall called Garrison Sherman. Cameron Brown gets the steal. And Arunda has a mismatch here. Arunda will drive up, under. Yes! Beautiful finish around the rim for Facundo Arunda, and the Eagles retake the lead 27-26. Here's Morris. Oh, too easy. Beautiful little teardrop. Makari Morris. Wow. Here's Brown. 20 on the shot clock. A foul underneath will be called against Cremonesi.
Fouls on Concordia, 24, Cremonesi. His second, team's sixth.
One more foul before the Eagles are in the bonus, single bonus. Arunda, got to get it in. Gets it back from Sherman after the inbounds pass. Haupt, beautiful defense. Arunda wants to drive. Here's Harris. Harris, fresh off the ankle. Gaylor drives. Gaylor, back door, up, under Sherman, yes! 29-28. 2.5 left. Haupt. Kraskowiak. Minter. Shimmy shake. Minter gets it chopped at. Kicks it back out for Morris. Morris, 5 on the shot clock. Morris up. Too strong, and Sherman secures the rebound. Everyone's swatting at him. Here is Sherman, top of the key. Brown, 3, sets his feet. In and out. Woo. Under 2 minutes. Haupt, 3. Almost got it to bank in. Instead it went in and out. Man, every time I say that, it makes me hungry. Here's Harris. Will be fouled by Kraskowiak. Corbett and Tucker will check in for Biola for Cremonesi and Kraskowiak. Harris will shoot 1 and 1. Can't get the first, and Minter will secure the rebound for Concordia. Still a 1-point lead for Biola in the single bonus. Minter. Haupt. Tucker. Haupt. Guarded by Arunda. Morris. Guarded by Brown. Corbett sets high screen. Gets around him. Long-range jumper. Too strong. Pushed back out by Arunda and secured by Cameron Brown. Almost under a minute. Beautiful cross-up. Brown creates separation. Gets fouled on his way up. I wonder who it'll be on. It'll be on Jackson Tucker. It's his second. And this will be 2 free throws, I believe. First free throw. Good. And Concordia will call a 30-second timeout, and we'll take a short one as well. 30-28, 59.5 left.
Concordia, 30 seconds.
One more free throw for Brown coming up next.
At Genesee Nutrition, it's our mission to support athletes like you with clean, powerful nutrition.
As a collegiate athlete myself, I know what it takes to perform at your best. That's why we created a protein bar that doesn't only taste good, it's actually good for you too.
Packed with 20 grams of protein, our bars help you recover faster, build muscle, and stay strong. Just what every student athlete needs. Grab a bar and live your life. Healthy, active, happy.
One more free throw for Cameron Brown out of the break. Eagles broadcast in partnership with the Pac West Network. Thanks for joining us. If you want to send in a shout out, eaglesbroadcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Let me know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. We already got a shout out from South Carolina. I personally have never been, but I've heard it's beautiful. And they got great athletics over there in South Carolina. Tucker. Corbett guarded by Sherman. Corbett can have his way. Instead, he falls over. Gaylor will get a jump ball. It'll be Biola basketball after the jump ball. And Biola will call a timeout. 41.4 on the clock. 3-point lead for the Eagles. We'll be back. I imagine we might get some kind of press on defense. Gaylor will inbound to Arunda. Instead, they'll settle for the easy inbound. No time off the clock until Arunda touches it, and he does. About 10-ish seconds between shot and game. Here's Harris. Harris yet to score tonight. Understandably so, coming off the ankle injury. Harris Tillman, Corbett. Cameron Brown gets the jump. The shot, true. Cameron Brown puts the Eagles up by 5. And Morris will set up the Golden Eagle offense. Early foul, which is not ideal against Cameron Brown, but it is ideal maybe in the situation as they gotta work a little bit harder for a shot. 5 seconds, 5.3 to be exact. Morris will be fouled on the way up, likely by Gaylor. And that's not what you want to do, because that's 2 free throws for Makari Morris. And the first free throw is short, so technically it's a win, whether he makes this or not. Second free throw is in and out, and Harris will secure the rebound. So technically a good foul, as no points were scored. Eagles up by 5 at the half, 33-28. Cameron Brown is 12, Arunda with 8. For Concordia, it's Minter and Hout and Corbett with 8, 6, and 6 respectively. Eagles up by 5. We'll take 15 minutes and be back with the second half.
around for the games then, or you just do the setup? What have you been doing? Just say, hey, good job, good job. Good work. Yeah, it's kind of funny when they ask for help. They say, oh, we need people to do the scoreboard and coaches. And like, no, you don't. You don't need any of that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a cool thing. They have to worry about the rules. Maybe she has like, Monday and Tuesday off or so. Yeah, she's working pretty hard. Can you imagine organizing a night to shine? 1,000 different details to take care of. I don't know. You really went to the restaurant.
Second half just about to be here. Getting pumped up during halftime. A little bit of Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, had the whole crowd singing along a little bit. Got 20 minutes on the clock for this second half. 33-28, Eagles have the lead. And I believe we're all good. So here we go. Morris will start with it. Homer. Edwards. Corbett. Almost everybody touched the ball. Got to get it to Minter. Instead, midi jumper is no good, and Concordia secures the board. Homer set his feet for the three, decided not to. Instead, he goes up and gets fouled by Chris Harris. Two free throws out of the timeout. Not really a timeout, it's halftime, but maybe an extended timeout. First free throw in and out. And we were talking at halftime about some of our favorite foods, and In-N-Out burgers. So good. California Classic. Second free throw is good. Arunda against Morris. Arunda inside to Parrish Tillman. Parrish Tillman on Corbett. Parrish Tillman will spin. Go up. Can't get it to go. Arunda, put back, no good. And it's tipped up and around, and finally Concordia comes away with it. Wow. Edwards puts on the brakes, goes up against Arunda, and will be fouled on the way up. And that one is just not ideal. Yes. Second team foul in only a minute.
At the line for Concordia, number 1, Marcellus Edwards.
Edwards makes the first. And the second. 2-point game. Gaylor will walk up the floor with it. Here is Gaylor. Dribbling around defenders, guarded by Minter behind, up, under, no good. And a collision by all the Concordia guys, and it turns into Biola's possession once more. And here's Cameron Brown. Here's Chris Harris. Chris Harris will drive, not be fouled on the way up, instead try and get the rebound, and Corbett ultimately will come away with it. Kick back out, Edwards over to Minter, Corbett. Morris, Corbett, kicks it, shot, short. Chris Harris with the rebound. Here's Arunda. Eagles still have a 2-point lead. Pass deflected, eyes in the back of his head, wow. Radek Homer. James Harden level stuff right there. Ellis, Corbett inside, no foul, will stay with Biola. .15 on the shot clock. Leighton Martin will check in for Facundo Arunda as Eddie the Eagle makes his way into Chase Gymnasium. Corbett still with it. One-on-one with Parrish Tillman. Corbett works inside and gets the roll. We're all tied at 33. Eagles still haven't scored here in the first. 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes. Here's Parrish Tillman. Parrish Tillman drives, no foul. Can't get his own rebound. Now a chance to take the lead. That pass ahead for Minter, up and good. Here's Brown to Harris. Gaylor, corner. Gaylor goes up. Gets it blocked from behind. Stripped away. Cameron Brown. That was Marcellus Edwards. Brown from behind. Yes, gets it. The contest was there by Marcellus Edwards. Here is Edwards. And that'll be a foul probably on Charlie Gaylor.
Eagles foul number 3, Charlie Gaylor. His second, team's third.
Garrison Sherman will check in, likely for Tyus Parrish Tillman.
Eagles, number 15, Garrison Sherman.
Jackson Tucker will check in for Marcellus Edwards.
And for Concordia, 21, Jackson Tucker.
3 fouls already on Biola. Here's Morris, guarded by Sherman. Morris will go up, under, fouled, and one.
His first, team's fourth. Morris follows his basket, just one.
Chance to add one more for Morris, and he does. Largest lead of the game for Concordia. And that's a foul. That one against Makari Morris. And a substitution, it's Haupt in for Concordia and Facundo Aranda in for Biola. Here's Sherman. Sherman to Gaylor. Gaylor will drive. Sherman up and under and fouled by Jackson Tucker on the way up. Eagles able to reciprocate some of these foul calls and have some free throw attempts.
At the line, 15 Garrison.
First free throw for Sherman. In and out. Second free throw is good. 38-36, CUI has the lead. Instead, ball will be immediate timeout. Minter shuffles the cards over to Tucker. Tucker will drive. Tucker will be fouled by Gaylor, and we'll head to immediate timeout. Gaylor might not agree with it, as that is his third foul. So to immediate timeout we go. 38-36, Eagles need to find something. West Coast Sand and Gravel is a proud sponsor of Biola Athletics. West Coast Sand and Gravel is a wonderful and natural partnership since the company shares the same vision and faith-based values as Biola University. The company has been in business since 1968, and they serve California and Phoenix with their import and export, environmental waste hauling, sports field products, and other construction needs. Thank you, West Coast Sand and Gravel, for your support of Biola Athletics. Tucker will drive on Ikeen Richardson, who gets it blocked from behind, and Harris will secure the rebound. Here's Sherman. Sherman will drive, kick it. Richardson thought about the three. Gets it to Sherman once again. Sherman in the corner. 7 on the shot clock. Sherman will spin. Harris wants a three. Yes! Chris Harris from the Jesus Saves parking lot. Blocked from behind by Sherman.
Checking in for our Eagles, Aaron Stillman, replacing him.
Morris inside to Corbett. Corbett up, no foul, rebound by Sherman, and that's Parrish Tillman. Parrish Tillman will be fouled in the process.
21 Jackson Tucker.
Jackson Tucker will be whistled for his 4th foul.
In for Concordia, then Chris Cody. And Bowen from Messi.
Arunda. Brown will step through, and in and out goes that shot. Brown secures his own rebound. Brown will kick it to the corner for Richardson. Richardson will drive, kick it up top. Arunda to Harris. Harris inside to Parrish Tillman. Parrish Tillman trying to dribble his way inside. Gets it from behind, and that'll be a jump ball. And it will stay with Biola. Tie-up was between Harris and Kraskowiak. Harris, midi, yes. Chris Harris makes it a 3-point game again. Or I should say a 3-point lead now for Biola. Minter, guarded by Harris, gives it to Haupt. Haupt back to Minter. Minter wants a 3 off the side of the rim, and Ikeen Richardson gets the board. Here's Arunda, kicks it, Harris. Can't get his own rebound, pushes it back out. That was Minter to Morris. Here's Morris driving. Morris kicks, corner, Kraskowski short, and Harris will secure the rebound. Kraskowiak had that look. Here's Brown, guarded by Kraskowiak. Brown will drive. Contested off glass and good. 43-38. Eagles on a little 8-0 run? 6-0 run? Something along those lines. Here's Morris. Morris will step through, kick it, Haupt 3, in and out, and Cameron Brown will secure the rebound. It's got to be one of the most difficult things when you get the shots going in and get crossed up. Ikeen Richardson in the corner off the back of the rim, and Morris will drive. He'll kick. Kraskowiak to Minter, all the way over to Haupt. Haupt, back over to Morris. Morris, free throw line jumper is short. Parrish Tillman secures the rebound. Rebounding for Biola is incredibly even across the board. Here's Brown. Brown will dribble against Minter. And Minter will secure the rebound against Cameron Brown. Haupt inside. And that'll be a charge against Logan Cremonesi. 43-38, we take a media timeout. Concordia will likely sub majority of their players along with Biola. We'll take a break.
At Genesee Nutrition, it's our mission to support athletes like you with clean, powerful nutrition.
As a collegiate athlete myself, I know what it takes to perform at your best. That's why we created a protein bar that doesn't only taste good, it's actually good for you too.
Packed with 20 grams of protein, our bars help you recover faster, build muscle, and stay strong. Just what every student athlete needs. Grab a bar and live your life. Healthy, active, happy.
Back to Eagles broadcast in partnership with the Pac West Network. There's Aaron Rollins on the call for this very important game between Concordia University Irvine Golden Eagles and Biola Eagles. Eagle on Eagle. Arunda has his way against Hopt, but the layup goes on all the iron except in. Corbett to Haupt. Haupt mismatch. Driving on Brown. Marcellus Edwards will be thought it was a foul, but it's actually going to be a travel. CUI bench might not agree with the call, and honestly, I can't see it. Change my vantage point here in a second. Arunda. To Sherman, to Richardson. Inside to Parrish Tillman. Parrish Tillman, a quiet night offensively, all things considered. Backdoor to Sherman. Back up top, Cameron Brown. Cameron Brown, Sherman. 7 on the shot clock. Sherman will go up and under and get swatted at. And will be whistled for a foul. It's actually going to be on Ben Krakowiak. 5th team foul for Concordia, and Biola also has 5 team fouls, so now we're back to all square. First free throw up and good. Tucker will come in for Krakowiak, so if you're the Eagles, you attack Jackson Tucker relentlessly as he's on 4 fouls. Second free throw is good. Gaylor will check in for Cameron Brown. And so will Makari Morris. Eagles on a 9-0 run for the last 5 minutes and 39 seconds. AKA CUI unable to see a shot fall. Marcellus Edwards, Makari Morris. Morris will drive. Morris will kick back out to Corbett. Back to Morris. Morris, free throw line jumper. He loves that spot. Set it short. Here's Facundo Arunda. Arunda, 8 points on the night already. He's been heating up. Gaylor inside to Parrish Tillman. Parrish Tillman, Corbett. Parrish Tillman spins. And that's going to be a travel, yep. A little surprised the overall philosophy doesn't change when it comes to an offensive possession. Tucker short time on the floor. Braddock Homer back on the floor, and so is Caden Minter. Here's Morris. Edwards, Minter, Corbett. Corbett. And Sherman will be fouled on the reach-in.
Eagles foul 15, Garrison Jr. Second, team's sixth.
And they initially had that shooting, and I was a little confused at first as well, but it's actually going to be on the floor. Corbett, huge mismatch inside. Edwards left open at the three-point line, and Gaylor will eventually come away with the rebound. Harris will drive. Harris will go up with the right, and now numbers for Concordia. Paris Tillman still slow to get up. Kicks it. Minter, three, no. Caught everything but. The rim, and after all that deflection, it'll be Biola basketball. Lots of excitement. Cameron Brown back on the floor for Biola. Arunda will bring it up. Nine minutes left, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Tyus Paris Tillman, and that'll be the 7th team foul. So second personal foul on Paris Tillman. Morris. Minter. Edwards, Corbett. Corbett inside, and that'll be a foul against Facundo Arunda. It'll be a 1-and-1.
His second, team's eighth. Penalty situation. At the line for Concordia tonight, Corbett, single bonus.
Could be their first point in almost 7 minutes, and it is. Second free throw, bounces around every part of the rim and finally goes in. 5-point lead for Biola, 8:40 on the clock. Arunda will go all the way to the basket, get fouled on his way up. That's going to be Marcellus Edwards, whistled for the foul. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. And the 6th team foul for Concordia. Seeing bodies fly everywhere. Arunda will shoot 2. First free throw up and good. And the second is good as well. 2 for 2 from the line for Arunda. Morris brings it up. Edwards. Morris once more. Morris will drive. Morris toward the rim and one. The stutter step move is good, and Cameron Brown looking for maybe an explanation after that one.
His 3rd team's night penalty.
First free throw is good, and it's the only one. So now back to 4-point lead for Biola. Gaylor to Parrish Tillman to Cameron Brown. Cameron Brown will drive, create space. Midi is no good. And Edwards, and that's Morris to secure the rebound. Morris will kick. Minter all the way up top. Here's Edwards. Edwards will drive to the basket, go up, gets swatted at. Corbett secures the rebound, and the putback is good. And just like that, Concordia on their own little run. Arunda gets it to Parrish Tillman. Here's Chris Harris. Chris Harris looks to make a move. Arunda for three. Yes! Facundo Arunda from downtown. Knew he wanted to shoot it, so he did. Ball literally found the floor. Corbett inside. Corbett up, under, and good. And Concordia will call a timeout. 50-47. 7:05 left here in the second half. We're heating up for a good, exciting finish. We'll take a break and be back. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A La Mirada. If you're hungry or looking for a treat after the game, head over by the I-5 and Firestone Boulevard to Chick-fil-A La Mirada. We're serving you, as always, our pleasure. And Genesee Nutrition, the family-owned Colorado-based company on a mission to redefine what a protein bar can be. They believe in making every bite count, crafting bars that are not only healthy, but also delicious. Genesee Nutrition, the official protein snack provider of Biola Athletics. Chris Harris, guarded by Edwards. All over him, Harris fighting it, gets his own board, and it's gonna be a foul on the floor after all that. Now we take our media timeout. So 1-1 after the timeout. So a 1-1 coming up for Biola. I believe it's going to be Chris Harris at the line. First free throw is no good. Cremonesi secures the rebound. Morris, direct way to the basket, layup is good. That was too easy. Tucker out there with 4 fouls, guarding Cameron Brown. Here's Arunda. Arunda will drive. Arunda will cut up with the left and be fouled. That's going to be Makari Morris. So 2 free throws, I believe, for Facundo Arunda. First free throw for Arunda is good. Kevin Haupt will check in for Marcellus Edwards. Concordia got a lot of guys with years left, so look out for them in the future as Arunda will connect on both and make it a 3-point game again. 52-49. Minter kicks out. Back out to Tucker. Tucker, shimmy, shake, backdoor, Minter, midi. No, Parrish Tillman secures the rebound. Ahead for Arunda. Facundo Arunda, way out ahead. Here's Cameron Brown, guarded by Jackson Tucker. Tucker has 4 fouls. Tucker. Parrish Tillman gets it blocked, gets his own rebound, and one! Up and good for Tyus Parrish Tillman. Logan Cremonesi called for the foul. That's his 4th. So 2 guys in major foul trouble for Concordia. 4 fouls. 2 Eagles with 3. Cameron Brown and Charlie Gaylor both with 3. And it's going to be Radek Homer in for Jackson Tucker. So both guys with 4 fouls on the bench. Tell you what, Minter and Corbett have done a great job of defending without fouling. Free throw up and good for Parrish Tillman. He's got 9 points and 8 rebounds. Here is Minter. Brown took the risk. Morris will drive. Morris will go up and get it rejected by Tyus Parrish Tillman. Pac-West leader in blocks. Fun fact. And 17th in the nation in blocks. So, more fun facts. Here's Arunda. Arunda with 15 on the night. Gets it to Parrish Tillman. Parrish Tillman guarded by Corbett. Up and under for Gaylor. Gaylor can't get the layup to go. And now numbers. Numbers for Concordia. Up, blocked again by Parrish Tillman. Back-to-back possessions and back-to-back blocks. Parrish Tillman protects the paint like no other. 5 minutes left, 55-49. Here's Minter against Harris. Minter will drive and be fouled on the way up. Likely going to be for his hand low. But I'm not completely sure. So double bonus for Concordia. That's his 3rd personal foul against Chris Harris. First free throw, no good. Second free throw is good, so 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Back to a 5-point game. Arunda to Cameron Brown. Guarded by Homer. Brown will drive. Midi is short, but the foul is up and good. Second team foul, second personal foul, 10th team foul, so both teams in the double bonus with 4:40 left. See a lot of free throws coming up. Biola has shot 17, make it 18 and now 19. Concordia shot 13. Eagles have made 76.5% of theirs. Concordia made 61.5% of theirs. Two for 2 from the free throw line for Cameron Brown. Morris, Corbett, Edwards, Minter, Corbett. Corbett will drive, kick. Edwards, crossover, step. Wow, what a move by Marcellus Edwards. My, oh my. Here's Arunda. Arunda, free throw, line, kicks it back out. Harris. Harris will drive on Minter. Harris will go up, and the layup is true. Both these teams trading points now. Edwards, excuse me, that's Morris, will kick over to Haupt, to Minter, back to Morris. Morris inside to Corbett. Corbett looking to cook. Corbett will go up and over Paris Tillman and connect. What a job by Nick Corbett here tonight. 7 for 9, but in his last 8 attempts, he's 7 for 8. Hey, what a job. Brown will drive, get it poked away. Gaylor for 3, string music! Charlie Gaylor knocks it down. 62-54. Little floater is too good. Can't let them have easy possessions like that one. Morris did everything he could to just hop in the paint really quick. Kicked it back out. Arunda, Paris Tillman to Harris. Chris Harris will drive on Minter and get it to go. 64-56, 2:30 left. Minter will drive. Minter will go up, and contested is good. And 64-58, 2:26 on the floor. This timeout will move to a media. So we'll take a break. What a finish we have before us. We'll be back. West Coast Sand and Gravel is a proud sponsor of Biola Athletics. West Coast Sand and Gravel is a wonderful natural partnership. The company shares the same vision and faith-based values as Biola University. company has been in business since 1968, and they serve California and Phoenix with third import and export environmental waste hauling, sports field products, and other construction needs. Thank you, West Coast Sand and Gravel, for your support of Biola men's basketball and all of Biola athletics. Marcellus Edwards with 4 fouls, Jackson Tucker with 4 fouls, and Lucas Cremonesi, with 4 fouls for Concordia. Nobody with 4 fouls on Biola, but it's Cameron Brown, Charlie Gaylor, and Chris Harris with 3. Full court press for Biola. Get it into Arunda. Guarded by Morris. Arunda able to get it across. Here's Paris Tillman. Paris Tillman will get it to Gaylor. Gaylor will drive. Gaylor will kick to Brown, but the pass is too strong, and Homer will get the steal. 68-54. Morris will drive. Got the switch inside. They feed it to him, back out. Morris, 3, blocked. That was tipped by Tyus Paris Tillman, and it'll be Biola basketball out of bounds. So Gaylor will inbound it. Arunda to Harris. Harris will drive on Marcellus Edwards, and that will be his 5th foul. So Marcellus Edwards will be out of the game. And so Kevin Haupt will check in replacement of Marcellus Edwards, whose night is done. First free throw is good for Chris Harris. 65-58, 1:33 left. Second free throw is good. Expect a quick attack for Concordia. Morris. All the way over to Haupt. Haupt inside. Corbett. Corbett still wants it. Corbett up, kicks. Minter. Haupt. 3. No. And Chris Harris will secure the rebound. And Chris Harris still has it over to Tyus Paris Tillman. Back to Chris Harris. Got to get it across. And they do. Here comes Chris Harris. Drives, kicks it back out to Cameron Brown. Under a minute now. 13 on the shot clock, and they call a timeout. And I didn't even realize it, but I look over to the table, and Cameron Brown lost a shoe. So 53 and a half left. 66-58 is your score. We'll take a break and be back with an exciting final minute. Good with the layup. 68-58, 10-point lead. 46 seconds left. Here's Morris. Morris to Corbett. And And a three-pointer from Caden Minter is short. And Cameron Brown will get it to Facundo Arunda. And Arunda will get it to Gaylor in the corner. And they're going to foul. That's Corbett will foul Gaylor and send him to the free throw line.
His first double penalty. At the line for Eagles, Charlie Gaylor.
First free throw is good for Gaylor. 29 seconds left on the clock. Second free throw is good. Morris. Cross. That's Corbett for three, and it won't go, and likely dribble it out. Gaylor will get it across, and that is what they will be able to do. The Eagles will keep their conference hopes alive. 70-58. The Eagles protect the nest against the Golden Eagles. What a job the Eagles did here. Inside Chase Gym. So we're going to get Facundo Arunda on the broadcast. What's up, Facu? Can you hear me?
Yeah, clear.
How are we doing? A 12-point win to keep the conference hopes up. Cam Brown wants to say something first.
Hey, I know T is the MVP of our team, but we wouldn't be a motor without Facu. 15 points, leading the team, man. That's what he does. He fought back. That's a killer right there. Killer.
When you get support from your teammates like that, I mean, what does it mean?
I love that guy. I love that guy.
That is unreal. 15 points, like he said. You are the engine to this offense, finding everybody. You really worked inside the paint, a lot of dribble drives, kick back out. What worked for you today?
Yeah, we knew that before we played a lot of the United defense, so the lanes were open all the time. So we knew that they were going to be in Tyus all the time. They're going to be in Charlie and Cameron, so I thought that the lanes were going to be open. They're driving too.
You had that three-pointer that felt like it sealed it, switched momentum a lot. What were you thinking in that moment? It looked like you were ready for it.
Honestly, I didn't think that much. I just took it. I was open, and I didn't think that much, and I shoot it. I know those helped us a lot. We were like, I think 5-5, and they gave us a little. Here.
Yeah, you got APU coming up. What are you expecting?
It's gonna last game. We know APU has a rival, and we need the last win. It's gonna wrap up our whole season. We know that it's gonna be the last game for Gary, for Cameron, maybe Tyus. So really excited for that game and get it home.
We'll go celebrate this one and get ready for Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Got Facu. And that'll do it here on Eagles Broadcast. My name is Aaron Rollins in partnership with the Pac West Network. For everybody here at Biola Athletics, Neil Morgan, Billy Derleth, everybody. Eagles win 70-58. Keep the Pac West hopes alive. They play Saturday in the Cornerstone Cup. Stay tuned for it, 7:30, senior night. Have a great night.